At the forest's edge, an old, emaciated snake lies motionless, his dull scales telling a story of hardship. His body is thin, barely concealing the bones beneath, a testament to his long struggle for survival. He weakly attempts to slither forward, each movement a painful reminder of his fading strength. His faded eyes reflect the dim light of the forest, mirroring his own fading vitality. Unable to hunt, the old snake's fate hangs precariously in the balance, a victim of time and circumstance. A snake, scales dull, emerges, its labored movements contrasting sharply with the vibrant pond ahead. The pond teems with life, a riot of green reflecting the bright day. Frogs abound, full of vigor. At the sight of the snake, a sudden flurry of splashes erupts as the frogs scatter in panicked flight. The air fills with their frantic croaks, a symphony of fear echoing across the tranquil water. The pond, once a haven of life, now reflects the stark reality of predator and prey in a silent ballet. Sunlight glistens on the pond as a brave frog cautiously approaches. Other frogs watch from a distance, their tiny bodies trembling with fear. The brave frog hops closer, determination etched on its face. The snake remains still, a shadow of sadness in its eyes. "Why are you so sad, snake?" the brave frog asks, its voice clear and unafraid. Sunlight glistens on the still pond as a snake lies coiled, its scales shimmering like jewels. The snake trembles, feigning sorrow with a sigh that ripples the water's surface. Its forked tongue flicks, tasting the air as it prepares its deception. "I am cursed," the snake cries, its voice a raspy whisper carried on the breeze. "A wise sage told me I must serve frogs to break this curse." At the murky pond's edge, a cluster of frogs gathers, their croaks subdued, filled with a sense of unease. They huddle closer, their eyes reflecting a shared pity for the snake. The pond water reflects the sky, mirroring the frogs' unsuspecting faces. The frogs remain ignorant of the snake's deceit, their compassion a shield against the truth. The murky water conceals secrets, much like the snake's hidden intentions. A sense of foreboding hangs heavy in the air above the pond, unseen by the frogs. Sunlight glints on the serene pond as frogs gather, their eyes gleaming with curiosity. Hesitantly, the frogs approach a snake, an unspoken agreement hanging in the air. Tiny bodies shake with anticipation as the first brave frog leaps onto the snake's back. Giggles erupt as more frogs join the ride, their amusement echoing across the water. The snake slithers smoothly, a living bridge carrying its joyous passengers. A symphony of laughter and gentle ripples fills the air, celebrating this unlikely friendship. Sunlight glints off the still pond as a snake glides through the water. The snake carries its unsuspecting cargo of frogs. His eyes gleam with a predator's cunning, a silent promise of a feast. He savors the moment, strength returning with each ripple in the water. The frogs remain oblivious, unaware of the danger lurking beneath. The snake continues his silent journey, hunger driving him forward. Days drift by at the pond's edge, sunlight dappling through the leaves. The snake basks, its scales shimmering with renewed vitality. Muscles ripple beneath its skin, a silent testament to its growing power. Oblivious, the frogs leap and croak, their trust unwavering. A deceptive calm settles over the pond, masking the predator's silent ascent. The Frog King, a large amphibian, sits regally on a lily pad, his wise eyes surveying his kingdom. Concern etches across the Frog King's amphibian face as he observes the snake. Beneath the sun, the pond's surface reflects the weight of his regal worries. A benevolent ruler, he feels sorry for the snake's supposed plight. Sunlight glistens, reflecting off the pond as the Frog King surveys his kingdom. Ripples disturb the pond's still surface as the Frog King gestures. The Frog King, perched regally, addresses his assembled subjects. "We must help the poor snake," the Frog King declares, his voice echoing. "I will give him one frog each day to eat," he says with generosity. The Frog King assures, so that he doesn't die of starvation. Sunlight sparkles on the pond surface as a chorus of frogs murmurs, their tiny heads bobbing in unison. In their small, green hearts, each frog believes their actions are born of pure compassion and generosity. Ripples spread across the water as if the pond itself is agreeing with their self-assured pronouncements. The air hangs heavy with the humid buzz of insects, a symphony to their misguided altruism. Beside the calm pond, the snake bows low, feigning respect as he receives the Frog King's offer. A deceptive calm masks his true intentions, a dark delight flickering in his eyes. The sun glints off the water, mirroring the glint of ambition in the snake's gaze. His bowed head hides a triumphant smirk, relishing the unfolding scheme. The pond's surface remains undisturbed, concealing the treachery beneath. A silent promise of chaos hangs heavy in the air, unseen but palpable. Sunlight glistens on the still surface of the pond. A sleek snake silently enters, rippling the water's reflection. His eyes, cold and calculating, observe the frolicking frogs. Curiosity flickers in his gaze as he watches the old snake. The pond holds its breath, awaiting the snake's next move. Sunlight glints off the pond as two snakes face off, their eyes as cold as the water reflecting the sky. A secluded spot where the only sound is the gentle lapping of water against the bank. Suspicious snake's gaze narrows, coiling tighter, a question hissing through the air. Why not eat all the frogs at once? You could feast for days, he challenges, venom dripping from his fangs. Old Snake remains still, inscrutable, the sunlight catching the glint of his scales. Tension hangs heavy, the pond's surface mirroring the silent but deadly confrontation. Sunlight glints off the pond, a deceptive dance of light hiding the drama beneath. Scales shimmering, the clever snake coils, a wicked grin exposing teeth as sharp as daggers. A strategic glint in his eye. He plots with cunning deliberation. If I eat them all now, I will have no food later. This way, I have a steady supply. Beside the pond, a suspicious snake hisses, its eyes gleaming with a mix of admiration and intrigue. The old snake watches, a subtle smile playing on its lips as its cunning plan unfolds. With a final, respectful hiss, the suspicious snake begins to slither away, disappearing into the tall grass. The old snake remains, coiled tightly, its gaze fixed on some unseen point in the distance. The pond reflects the clear sky, the water's surface undisturbed except for the gentle ripples caused by the departing snake. The old snake is left alone with its scheme, the air thick with unspoken intentions. Days blur into weeks at the pond's edge. The snake basks, receiving its daily offering. Each frog disappears down its gullet. Scales glisten, reflecting the sun. The snake grows plumper, a picture of contentment. A silent predator thrives in its idyllic domain. Lily pads stretch across the pond, a vibrant green mask over a silent tragedy. Frogs leap and croak, their chorus masking the thinning ranks of their brethren. A subtle but sinister decline goes unnoticed, dismissed as nature's course. Unseen predators lurk, nature's balance disrupted. The once vibrant pond now echoes with a haunting silence. The frogs unknowingly dance on the edge of oblivion. Sunlight glints on the pond, where lily pads drift in tranquil stillness. A mother frog leaps frantically across the pads, her eyes wide with growing worry. Her desperate croaks echo over the water, each call a plea born of deep fear. Suspicion darkens her gaze as the serene pond reflects a mother's growing dread. At the pond's edge, a small yet determined mother frog stands, her webbed hands fluttering with urgency. She faces the Frog King on his reed throne, her brow furrowed with deep worry. Your Majesty, I must speak. The snake, it has been lurking near our pond, she cries out, her voice filled with fear. The Frog King, large and imposing, regards her with bored amusement, unmoved by her pleas. My dear, you worry too much, he booms, dismissing her fears. It poses no threat to our kingdom. Under the cloak of night, the mother frog secretly stalks the snake, a shadow moving through the dense reeds. Her eyes widen in dawning horror as she witnesses the snake's brutal feast. Another frog disappears into the snake's jaws. The mother frog's heart pounds with a mix of fear and a fierce, protective resolve. Under the cloak of night, the mother frog's breath hitches, her eyes reflecting the pond's dark surface in stark terror. The snake's veiled treachery is revealed. Driven by maternal instinct, she pivots sharply, the water churning around her. Her webbed feet beat a frantic rhythm against the water as she races back. She is rushing to warn the other frogs of the impending danger. Under the cold gaze of the moon, frogs gather at the pond's edge, their bulging eyes wide with primal fear. panic erupts as the frogs hop erratically, a frantic dance against the backdrop of the still, dark water. A chorus of croaks pierces the night, each note a desperate plea echoing through the silent trees. The collective voice of the frogs rises in accusatory unison. Snake, you have betrayed us. The pond, once a haven, now reflects only terror as the frogs confront an unseen predator. The snake's eyes gleam with predatory intent, abandoning all pretense of weakness. A furious hiss chills the night air as the snake prepares to strike. The snake lunges, initiating a relentless assault on the unsuspecting frogs. The pond becomes a battleground under the cloak of night, the snake's fury unleashed. The pond is still, reflecting the pale dawn. Silence hangs heavy, a stark contrast to the life that once thrived. A bloated snake rests, a grim testament to its feast. Scattered remains tell a tale of a tragic mistake. The rising sun casts a harsh light, revealing the desolation and the finality of the frog's fate. Nature's cruel balance is on full display in the pond's eerie silence, a stage for survival's harsh reality.